So, hello everyone, I'm with my review of Karakuri Circus episode 21. And, yeah, world domination? I was like, how did we get here? Yeah, so, as always, right, the pacing is blazingly fast. It's like so many storyline threads at the same time. So, he's trying to destroy the planet, which is nothing, or like kill all humans because of reasons. On the same time, Narumi is back suddenly after like missing for 5 episodes, right? He insta kills Cupidia. That was not mentioned. Didn't mention his name. The guy still knew it. I guess the manga probably says the name right, but it was said in the anime. Anyway, that quickly. Then they just teleport basically to America, right? And that's just a class. That I think is a classic Karakuri issue, right? Where they're like, oh yeah, let's go to America. Like that thing, right? As we like, let's go to Sahara Desert or let's go to China and so on, right? Yeah. And then they're just there, right? It's very, very much I feel the Karakuri issue, and I think it's several issues here. First of all, it literally makes no sense in the context of the storyline because Masaru and Lisa, right, come to later, they are flying after the circus, and at the same time, in the circus, the Flying Circus, we see the quartet, right? They are like the three of them, so and they are going to give food to Francine, right? Francine, Shirgan, and so on, yeah. So they're going there, and during this time frame, that they are like moving inside this massive separator, Guy and Narumi has managed to fly to America. So they're flying over the whole Pacific Ocean in like 5 minutes of episode. Yeah, so episode at around 10 or so minutes, right? They start flying over there, and at 15 minutes they are at like Texas and that. Yeah, they're in the Midwest, something like that. And it's just like, what? Yeah, so they basically have, they have flown from Japan to like, I don't know, Alabama or something like that, right? In like 5 minutes of episode. And during that 5 minute episode, the other characters didn't manage to walk. Yeah, like those three characters didn't manage to like walk the, I don't know, maximum 1 kilometer from that. But they managed to fly the whole Pacific Ocean, right? So it literally makes no sense. It's completely impossible how they didn't do it, right? I mean, they're absurdly fast flying, right? And at the same time, it really has that typical issue, I think, of Karakuri Circus, where the character are just teleporting, where it's like, oh, you should go to the desert. Oh, we're in the desert, yeah. And it's kind of like that. And then the next episode, they're just there. And it's like, okay, they just instant travel time all the time, right? And the same thing here. Oh, we're gonna go to the lab. And then they're just there. And then at the lab, of course, the other characters are also already there, right? Narumi's gang is there. And they're fighting a sky fleet of automata. Narumi's up on Olympia with 2 Gatling guns that is something in his hand for some reason. Also picked up 2 massive Gatling guns. And it's flying around like Dante Devil May Cry, shooting at them. So it's cool, but at the same time it's like, how did he get here in like 4 or 5 minutes? How did he have his weapons? Why is everyone else here already? And there's a massive army here, and they are flying around and shooting them. Yeah, so it's cool, but it makes no logical sense whatsoever. It is compared to other time frames. One thing, if it was like, Masaru is flying after the circus, and it's like, 10 hours later, or, 5 hours later, Masaru has gotten to the computer. It's weird how Masaru, for example, cannot get to the circus, right? In the same time, if they can fly over the whole half the planet, right? It's kind of weird thing, right? So, but anyway, that thing makes sense to me. It is what it is. But it has the issue though. There's no travel time, right? For some people, yeah. So this is that thing. But it's also that we now don't have that battle going on. Then we have, Shinji, her name again, whatever. Narumi's, sister, right? Shinya, whatever her name is. Yeah, she is fighting this weird gambler guy in the basement, right? That suddenly is a story thing. It's so much threads, right? Another guy is fighting up there with the puppet guy from the murder group that wasn't then fired, that got hired. He is back again. His fight is like off screen, for that matter. So there's a lot happening here. On the same time, we have like the quartet, right? The Francine fans, they have their story part. And then Lisa clearly has her story part with the beast tamer thing to kill her sister, which clearly the anime skipped over. That's also happening. And then they have the circus guys, right? The normal circus guys. they are apparently immune to Shirogane, and one as well, they're like, he's a man now, let's go and help him, so they're probably gonna go there as well, maybe, that's also happening, so yeah, you know, it's always like 6-7 friends at the same time, right? I'm like, oh my god, it's anime. But, one thing that I really disliked though, straight up disliked, immediately, that I like the least, no teleporting, is the whole, I am the master plan, right? He has the master plan. Like 100 years of a master plan. And he still can't like see the basic reasoning of the puppets or the automata. It's like, he's really stupid. So he managed, right, to build up this like, oh, I did this thing, and I made sure she was born in this way, and it's a crazy plan, right? That's a classic for, you know, the main evil guy. And at the same time, he is such a trope, right? And then it's the whole matter is a trope. He's so stupid with the most obvious things. For example, I think it was incredibly predictable that, of course, the 3 quartet, one of them now being a little maid girl for some reason, he built her as a little, she used to be like a belly dancer kind of character, and now she's like a little gothic maid girl instead, for some reason. But yeah, as soon as they're seen Francine, right, or Eleonore, they're like, Francine sama! Yeah, it's so obvious that they are gonna betray him, right? He rebuilt them because he's like, I'm gonna laugh at you, but that was fine. That I can live with. He's like evil. I can live with that. But they will then give them the answer, or answer the quest to, like, you know, feed her and protect her and so on. That is just retarded. He should be able to easily analyze and understand that they are clearly gonna betray him if he do that, because they don't actually want him. They are like, yes, creator, we love you and so on, but they actually love her because she was given the purpose of, like, you know, free, you know, will, right? Even though they're her slaves, but they kind of her slave. They're like her slaves by free choice, right? In a weird way. Anyway, he built them, but she is the one that gave them the brain and the mind and the soul, right? So they really love Francine over him, right? And he knows that. So he should really easily be able to tell that if I send them to her, they're gonna help her escape. We did it in that episode, but it's very, very clear that Eleanor now can escape, right? Because she's ending a very sexy after that, man. Yeah, she's like very sexy for some reason. He really pimped her up there, but regardless though, she's obviously easily gonna escape now because her 3 biggest fanatics are there, right? So they're gonna love to save her. And I really hate how he's this like master plan, right? It reminds me of like Bleach bad guys, or, you know, master plan for 200 years. So, but when it comes to it, they are so bad at, like, you know, basic tactical, you know, it's like someone that could, like, perfectly play, you know, a game or some kind of military things, right? But they can't understand the most basic strategic elements of another game, which is like, well, if you do this, I was kidding. Yeah, like the most basic, like, I don't know, but like it feels like someone is the greatest chess player in the world, and then they play checkers, and they are the worst player in the world. And that doesn't make any sense, because if you're the best player in the world in chess, you are very likely, extremely likely, and you straight up, you are going to be a good checker player, right? You're not going to be the best player in that way, but you have the technical mind, you have understanding of board games, so you're going to be like, yeah, okay, this thing is all. But he's been manipulating the world for like 100 years, and it's like, I could kill everyone suddenly, and he cannot see that they're going to betray him. And that's just silly. Like, he should be able to understand that they're going to betray him as a no-brainer, right? Because it's such an obvious thing. But it doesn't. And that I really dislike. I really dislike that because it's just stupid. Yeah, it's just stupid, right? He should be able to be like, well, they are clearly gonna, you know, favor her over me. So I'm not gonna let them know she's alive, because then they will screw over me, yeah. And hopefully, though, I hope she's gonna take her to the circus, what's left of it, and then she can fight with those people against him, right? Because they do what she wants to do, right? So that could be an awesome turn, though, if Francine, Eleanore, Shirogane Francine, can now, like, control the circus in her favor, right, against, you know, the Sunafa and so on. So that would be great. Which is probably gonna happen for that matter, but yeah. But anyway, you know what, I really like that. I like that they are obviously gonna help her now. That in general, I think is good. But I think it's stupid that he even, like, gave them the option to do it. He, like, go and feed her. Oh, the master wants him to feed her. It's like, what? Why would he want that? Unless he wants her to escape? This is crazy. If he wants to escape some kind of crazy self-hate agenda, then I'm fine with it. But right now, he just looks stupid, right? There's one thing if he, like, you know, rebuilt them to mock them, like, you idiots, like, that's funny for him. And afterwards, he gives this other girl, not a blonde girl, like, you know, go and feed my princess. And then they maybe, you know, I would do it. Who is this man? And then she followed her or something. And then they discovered Eleanor Francine. They'd be like, oh my god, it's Francine. Yeah, that is one thing. That's one thing. Because then would be his gloating of them failing would be why they're alive and so. So that we're fine with. But now he literally is like, please betray me. Here is why you should betray me. And they will. So it's like, come on. He's absurdly too stupid in that sense. Why he also is able to manipulate and plan and like time perfectly when Mastery was told the truth to us. How did he do that then? You know what I mean? He's managed to do that thing perfectly, but he can't do this thing. Very simple thing. So I think that I hate it. I like it a lot. And generally, his character to me right now, it doesn't make much sense because the previous, Badin, he was like in love with Francine, did the whole thing right, jealousy, did something again. He was never about like world domination. He was never about like he was never that kind of character. Of course, he's very old now. He could have changed. He's lived like 4 or 5 lives. So of course, he could have changed. But each character we have seen so far, except Faceless, has not been like that. And then Faceless was a little bit like that, but he was the good guy. He was faking, of course. So it's kind of like, I guess he's mostly like Faceless, but an evil version of Faceless Commander. But yeah, just like that Faceless Commander person doesn't just fit with any of the other. It doesn't fit with Sadayoshi, with Dean, you know, or with like the first his kid one, or doesn't fit with his first form and so on. So it feels like this current form is the least consistent personality of him. And his whole I just wanna kill all humans now. It's also a little bit like, why? It feels like the anime is like, well, you know, to make it more exciting, world destruction! It's like, because reasons, yeah, it's like, why is he doing this thing? Because it's funny, or something. What? Yeah, it has nothing to do with his previous goals, anything. Nor for that matter, how would it help him to kill all the humans to get Eleanor's love right? Because he's gonna be Masaru. So that feels like an even bigger grand plan where Masaru kills him and takes his body, but he still actually takes Masaru's body. Eleanor is happy that Masaru saved her and the planet, and then he's Masaru. So that is, I hope that is planned, otherwise this is really stupid. Otherwise it's like, how did he get to this thing? But also feels very uncrystallized, right? And so on. And also, of course, the battles are done in minutes, so yeah, the battles are done and so on. As I mentioned already, right, but like, the Beast Him thing I think is funny to Netflix too. She had no story at all in the anime. Clearly the manga has more than her. And then now she's flying with Masaru, the rest aren't. She's the one in focus. She's like, I have to get, revenge for my sister that died and so on. We were like, okay, I guess we skipped over that. Yeah, I don't mind that too much, but it's very, very obvious that, okay, she clearly had more storytelling in the manga, right? Her flashback was probably more fleshed out and so on. Here's like, well, it's just kind of the backstory there. Let's go with it. It's just like, why is she in a nurse outfit though? I have no idea. Why is Shirogane in that red hot, I have no idea either. So it's, things are happening. But again, though, the thing is, the minimal, there is the cliche bad guy that can plan for 100 years, can manipulate events, right? He's perfectly planning out everything, but he can't plan out for this thing. Like, it's just like, but why couldn't you see this happen? Because that thing should be, if he can plan out the other things, why can't see that thing, right? So anyway, I don't know. But it seems like every game, I hate them with people saying, everyone is a noob in the beginning and so on. No, people aren't. Maybe in general in life, but for example, if you play, I don't know, say StarCraft 2 or whatever, some RTS game. You play that for like, say, thousands of hours, right? Really good RTS games. Then you start play another RTS game that's not StarCraft, but another one, like Warcraft. Okay, simple as that, but then you're all gonna be pretty good. You're not gonna be like the best, but you're gonna have the good micro and so on, right? Same if you go from that like a MOBA game, you're gonna have the good APM micro at least for doing here and so on. If you go from like Fortnite to Apex Legend, you're gonna have that ability to play the game decently well, right? To have the basic understanding of how a battle royale game works and so on. But people seem to love the thing where it's like, no, everyone is not level 1, but no, they don't. Maybe in general, like, maybe you were once a level 1 battle royale guy, But if you're a level 1000 Fortnite player, you're not gonna be a level 1 Apex Legends player. You're gonna be like a level 100 player, right, at least, or higher, right? Straight up, right? Like for example, I actually love Apex Legends right now. I love it. It's a great game. It's a very good game, and I do like the more Fortnite. I do, but I like both games anyway. I not bragging here, but like I have never played that game bad, and I don't mean like I lose a lot of games, but I mean I've never been like going around and being like how to shoot, I've never been in that level where I'm like I don't even know how to aim, right? I played FPS games and I worked on a couple of like Call of Duty so on, right? I worked on a couple of FPS games, yeah. So I've never been in that level where I'm just like, how do I aim with my mouse, yeah? Or in that sense, right? That's been long past, right? Maybe I was like 5, right? But anyway, so I think that is just I really hate that, because if you are very good at one thing, it's very good at X1, right? And then you do X2, you are gonna be somewhat competent, probably really good at X2 as well. And then if you do Y1, which is similar to X, but not exactly the same, but like very similar, you're also gonna be good at that thing, right? But if you do A1, then you're gonna be bad, because the X is here, A is over there, yeah. That's gonna be hard, right? But so again, then to be able to manipulate all the events he has done, that is like a super skill in this field, X field, and then being able to tell it's the same. It's like X2 for me. It's the same genre, it's the same like manipulative, see people's emotions and so on. It's the same kind of skill set. That's the problem. It's the same skill set, and he cannot do it. And I think that's ridiculous. So that really pisses him off the most, more than anything else. Yeah, because it's just so stupid. It's the same thing with the gaming thing. No one that is good in this game genre is gonna be horrible at the next game for the same genre with very similar mechanics. You're gonna be pretty good at it. You're straight up, right? That's how the world works. That's how people work. That's how animal works. You can have people like have crows that can like do puzzles to get food, right? And if you take them in a similar puzzle, but like another genre, so to speak, but like similar puzzle with like clues, they're still pretty good at it because they kind of know the basic of the game. So they're like, well, I have to do this thing, and they have to put a weight over there, so they kind of get like the basic of it. Doing other ones, that's very impressive. Yeah, I think it's very interesting. There's a lot of crow, videos I look at. They're very cool. How a crowd have never done it before can still figure them out pretty quickly because they have done similar ones, right? But similar ones, so they are like, yeah, I see it, yeah. And they can sometimes in minutes understand this new puzzle because they've done previous puzzles that are not even the same kind of obstacles, but like a similar setting, and it's enough for them to be like, okay, I see it, yeah. So if crows can do that, humans can do that, and he's like 250 years old. He's an old human, he's like an undead human guy with a lot of experience. He should be able to see that. Then I hope I review. See you guys with my next anime video.